Could Stranger Things be based on a true story?
Well, obviously not exactly. Hawkins, Indiana isn't even a real place for starters, but in some ways it does actually have some pretty creepy real-world roots. Stranger Things star Gaten Matarazzo, aka Dustin, said the following, but not in my voice.
In her face.
It's based on a place in Montauk, New York called Camp Hero. There was like rumours of secret government spies doing human experiments to fight in the Cold War. It's based on that one government lab.
And after some further research, i.e. I read Wikipedia, it turns out that the little roast beef is right.
Looking at you, roast beef.
Show creators the Duffer Brothers originally wanted to name the series Montauk, before switching to fictional Hawkins, Indiana. And it's believed by some that human experiments similar to those portrayed in the show were taking place at the Camp Hero military base. A book published in 1992 by Preston B. Nichols with Peter Moon fueled this conspiracy fire. And then a 2011 documentary, Montauk Chronicles, also featured interviews with 3 men who claimed they were brainwashed and forced into secret government experiments.
The documentary's makers say that it tells tales of experiments that were conducted on nearly 100,000 people over the course of about 10 years. Kidnappings, murder, torture, time travel, mind control, and extraterrestrial contact are all said to have occurred at Camp Hero.
While Montauk remains a conspiracy theory, the fact is the CIA did conduct a similar program called MKUltra, with the aim of developing drugs that could weaken people through mind control. And it's actually part of the Stranger Things plot, as it's where Dr. Brenner worked before moving to Hawkins' lab. And even Eleven's mum was one of the MKUltra test subjects, pregnant with 11 at the time. In the real world, it ran from the early 1950s through to the mid-1970s. And during the Nixon administration in 1973, with impeachment looming, many of the files were destroyed. Don't worry, it probably doesn't mean that there's Demogorgons out there. And don't freak out if your local store runs out of Eggos. But it does show that there's more truth to Stranger Things than you might think. Last year I visited the strange structure used to portray the fictional Hawkins National Laboratory as part of my Stranger Things location video. And the building actually has its own mysterious history. Here's a clip, and click the card for the full video.
To be honest, it's pretty much as you see it in the series. It's creepy, basically windowless. Somebody even left the gate open.
It was once the home of the Georgia Mental Institute, a 141-bed psychiatric hospital, before closing in 1997. Since then, it's been owned by Emory University with no news on its future. So even in the real world, we don't know what happens in there.
So I'm now going to leave Atlanta and start heading south of the city towards Jackson, aka downtown Hawkins.